Hi, I'm Lana and this is Trista. We're from
Hi.
Zen My Den and we're going to show you how to clean a kitchen today. And we're going to get started right now.
Okay, so first of all, have all your equipment available and ready. So a mop, a vacuum, we have a step stool.
There's some microfiber cloths.
Yeah. Some products you may need are here. Zen My Den countertop spray, Dawn dish soap, of course. The other Zen spray.
This is for stone countertops. We'll get into the recipes on these a little bit later. Some Murphy's oil soap we'll use for the floor. Some ceramic tile cream cleanser. This is good for stains, especially on like quartz countertops. You have to be careful with painted surfaces though. And then this is a stainless steel cleanser. Any stainless steel cleanser will work. It's a polisher, really.
Oh,
Okay.
great. That's good for the grill too. Grill
Yeah.
cleaner.
I use it for the barbecue as well. For stainless
Nice.
steel. We have a couple different ones.
And of
So-
course our bucket.
Bucket of water here. Sometimes I work out of the sink, but I'm going to go through the kitchen and start wiping down the cupboards, and then I'll finish with the appliances.
Okay, so we always say start top to bottom, left to right. We've gone ahead and put away all the dirty dishes and cleared everything from the countertop. So the surface is all ready.
And in here I have put some Dawn dish soap and hot water, and I'm going to use my microfiber cloth here. Let's get started. Okay, I'm using my step stool because this is a taller cabinet. I can get right up here and give the handles a wipe.
So she's wiping all the surfaces, including handles, kind of peeping open the drawers to get the top of the.
Okay, just found a little fly poop here. And sometimes I'll hit the baseboard, or I'll wait until I'm washing the floor and then take a cloth along the kick plates as well. Also looking for handprints on the millwork and on the light switches. Come back here. And it's nice to have your water in a bucket or pail, so then you can move it around with you instead of going, if the sink is far away from your workspace. So sometimes I'll just do the fridge as well. I might just come back and do that at the same time. And since I'm up here, I'm wiping the rain shed. Because it's glass, I'm going to dry it with a microfiber. Don't forget the cupboard along the side. It gets a bit greasy from the stove. And then you're gonna also want to make sure you get underneath the cupboards, because food and whatever does splash up sometimes. And the backsplash, of course. Sometimes it just needs a quick wipe, other times it needs a little bit more elbow grease. Give my counters a quick wipe for any obvious debris, crumbs or something, and then I'll use my stone countertop cleanser. And this is a mix of rubbing alcohol, distilled water, a little bit of Dawn dish soap, and some essential oils. You can kind of use whatever you like. In this one I've used cloves this time. Just give it a little spray. It's a nice disinfectant. You can use peppermint or lemon, pretty much anything. Lemon and orange essential oils do have natural antimicrobial properties, so those are good for more of a disinfectant. I'm going to go to the base cabinet here. And if you see something, kind of open the cupboard. Sometimes things drip down. Just want to check that quickly. And then I get that underneath as well. Just checking for grease. A more deep clean, you might take these down, clean them as well. And then after wiping this glass, I'm going to give it a dry with my microfiber cloth. So that's how you would wipe the cupboards, top and bottom. I'm gonna now go back to the fridge and show you how I clean the stainless steel. So first I start with the soapy water, because there's gonna be like greasy fingerprints or food, sticky handles. So just wipe it down with the some areas of the fridge are plastic. So you wouldn't use the stainless steel spray on there. Okay, and then after I've cleaned off the obvious debris and fingerprints, so I also will wipe the top. I did a little bit when I was up there doing the cupboards, but not completely, so I'm going to make sure I wipe the top. I also like to open up the fridge door and make sure, you know, if I'm not cleaning out the hole inside the fridge, I'm at least going to wipe along the inside of the doors. Pull this out, make sure there's no crumbs, anything to wipe. And then to polish, I usually spray this onto my cloth and then take it and just dry.
So it's going on a dry cloth, yes?
Yes, this is a dry microfiber cloth.
And it looked like shaving cream, but it's the stainless steel polish.
Yeah, that's right. And this is one that I use. The other one is more like a cream spray. But yeah, this one looks more like a shaving cream. This is, it says it's a cleanser as well, but I like to clean it with a soapy water first and then come back over and polish it with a cleanser. And the microfibers are pretty good about not leaving lint behind too, which is nice. Polished clean. Okay, so while you're doing this, if you're with a partner, they may also be starting to do some wiping the other areas of the kitchen and then come behind you with the vacuum cleaner. So we'll go over the floors in a done it too. So how does that look? Missing areas?
Looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Very shiny. Mm-hmm.
Good. And then we'll move on to the stove. And every stove is different, but I'm going to, wipe off the grates. And one of the cleaners, like I usually just do a soapy water, but if it's things that are a little bit more stuck on, you can use some of this Zen cleaner too. That's the all-purpose one, and that one has distilled water, vinegar, and essential oils. Just on the glass area and around. Just move these aside so you can see what I'm doing here. And I've already wiped, I'm going to come through here and wipe the backsplash as well. So if I was to do a more deep clean, I'd probably soak those in the water, but they look pretty good today. So this. How's that looking? Missing anything?
Mm-hmm. That's just scratch.
Yeah, that's the metal. The gas stoves are a little bit more rugged. You can see after a while
Yeah, these grates are pretty clean. Some will require much more effort. But this house is pretty clean
oh, that's good.
for the most part.
Yeah, you'll get like little food spills and then oops, some stuff falling there. Okay. And then you can come behind and dry as well. I don't usually. Is it warm in here?
A little bit.
Turn the air conditioning off. Okay, so pop those back on now. If I'm cleaning the inside of the oven, most ovens have self-cleaning. You can see there's a little bit in here. I have had the self-cleaner on recently, but I think for the purpose of this video, maybe we would do a different video for the oven cleaning, but you can certainly wipe up any obvious spills for today. And I mean, you can see this one is also, this all-purpose sand cleaner is really good for this as well. And just let that sit for a minute and give it a quick wipe. But we'll focus on the outside of the oven for today. So this oven has self-clean. I would have, if I planned to clean the outside or the inside really well, I would have set the self-cleaner and then like taken the racks out, scrubbed the racks separately, and then come back and wiped the stove out after the self-clean mode. Again, I'm going to clean the front of the stove with soapy water. This is a warming drawer, so I'm going to check this for any crumbs, which there are. Chunk of something. You can also run the vacuum cleaner in here if there's a lot of crumbs, but this is not a storage drawer, it's a warming drawer. So sometimes food gets in there. And then I'm going to take the same polish for this. I'm just hitting the stainless steel pieces with the polish mainly. So the idea really is always remove obvious debris, clean, and usually that's with soapy water. Sometimes you have to use some elbow grease or like a little bit of an abrasive cleaner, and then polish at the end. So those are the main steps that you want to do, is clean, disinfect, and then polish. Okay. You want me to keep going? Okay, so I'm going to do the, okay, and I'll do the dishwasher too because it's dirty. So same thing, I like to, wipe the outside. There's some food there, so, if you went straight to polishing, you'd just be smearing it around. So I'm cleaning it with soapy water. And there are dishes in here, so that's kind of gross, but what I do is I always open it and clean along the door as well. And sometimes I'll even take a brush to the side there. So soapy water, clean the door jambs and along the trim of the dishwater for sure. I don't know why I said dishwasher. And then again, finish with the polish. Now that it's clean, I'm just polishing. And again, notice how I cleaned the bottom cupboards over there, not here yet, but I haven't hit the kick plates because I don't want to, that's kind of a dirty area. I consider that more part of the floor. So I would have a soapy cloth that when I'm washing the floor, I would wash the kick plates. I'll show that after here. Okay, so that's polished. Now, we'll move on to, I have removed the filter from the dishwasher, and you can see that's quite gross. And what happens is if you don't take this apart and clean it, I try to do it once a week, then all of this just sprays up and gets all over your clean dishes. And then you get that yucky like residue like inside your cups and stuff. So I take, this is Dawn soap in here. I like to take some soap, run some water, and scrub. I can also do it in my bucket here. I'm gonna scrub that part, and it's okay to like leave soap on it. It's just going back in the dishwasher drain hole there, and then brush this. The little brush hairs get kind of caught in it, so I just kind of try to do it on a 45-degree angle there and brush backwards so that you don't get hung up on the little holes. Okay, so you can see already, like I got a lot of that obvious debris. It's a little bit more off, right? Okay, so I'm going to put that back on, shove it back, place it back in the dishwasher. And then that just makes your dishwasher more efficient and your dishes come out cleaner. Okay. So we're going to move on to the sink. So really important, like hygienically as well, to keep your sinks clean and taps. So I like to start by taking soapy water, just rinse out any obvious debris, and then I like this all-purpose Zen cleaner that has the vinegar, natural disinfectant with the vinegar and the essential oils, and then I just spray along. This is a square sink, which they're a little bit harder to maintain, and the undermount as well, because like even though it's clean, sometimes it looks a little mungy. So I spray it. I spray into the corners. You're gonna need a brush to get in the corners. And I like this brush. And then I also like to keep this clean too. So I'm gonna come in with soapy water again and get in the corners before I rinse all my solution away. Give it a scrub there. And I'm going to do both sides of the sink so you can see. This, I like to keep this rack in here because I do wash a fair bit by hand, like big pots and things, so I do use this side for drying. And then again with some soap. Come behind here, get in the corners and creases. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to take my soapy cloth and make sure I wash it really good. And this is good to have this vinegar going down the drain too. Sometimes I just like to spray it in there. Actually clean this because make sure that's clean. Sometimes I take off these little things and clean in there because stuff kind of gets in there. I mean, this is, it doesn't have to be done every time. Okay. And then back to this sink with soapy water. Your tops are nice and clean too. So at this point, I'm still cleaning. I'm not polishing anything yet. I'm in the cleaning, disinfecting steps. So I'm pretty confident that I've disinfected and cleaned my sink pretty good. So I'm going to come behind, and I could use some of this for this faucet if I wanted to get really fancy, but usually I just dry it with a microfiber. Dry off your taps, polish them. This included. And then just give your sink a final dry. So it's these detailed touches that we really want to pay attention to. And with kitchens and bathrooms especially, they need to be disinfected and cleaned really well.
If at any time you notice your sudsy water is not sudsy or is brown, please change it. This is still pretty good, I think.
Yeah, it's starting to
look murky.
Yeah. Time to change the water.
Yeah.